p.m. and it is a beautiful 15 degrees outside and sunny. So hopefully everyone is able to get out and enjoy the sun today. Who's online today? I didn't have a scheduled coffee and questions today because I forgot to put it in yesterday, but we are live for our first coffee and questions of May. And I wanted to remind our students to make sure that you like and follow Sensei Creighton's YouTube, Sensei Julie Creighton's YouTube channel as well. Hey Megan, how are you? Hi Debbie. So I'm actually going to post the link to her channel. Just give me 1 second. It's not a very nice looking link because we still can't personalize it yet for her. But here is the link. Pranav, how are you? Have you guys been outside today? So there's the link. So you can see it's not pretty, but I think we need, or she needs 100 followers. I think it's 100. And then she'll be able to rename her channel to something more appropriate. Van Deep, happy Friday. Pranav's doing great. You're outside now, that's awesome. Good job, Megan. So on the schedule for today, we've got 2 classes, 2 lives happening. The first one's at 7 p.m. That's our teen and adult green to blue belt class. And at 8 p.m. is our second brown and black belt class. So make sure you're registered for those if you're in those classes. And I had a question, and we did get a message back from Mr. Dunn about, I think it was about the brown and black belt class from Tuesday. He was saying that on the replay, there's the sound wasn't synced with the video. And I'm just wondering if anyone else had that issue or if that was just him. I know I had some issues with the computer on Tuesday because I forgot my power cord, and then so I used a different machine, and then Sensei brought the power cord with her and we booted the computer up, but it takes a while for everything to go smooth. So I'm not sure if that, because we started recording while the computer was still loading up other apps and stuff, whether that caused it and it's the actual recording that's bad, or if it was just Mr. Dunn's streaming. So if anyone else knows, if they've watched the replay for Tuesday's black belt class, please do get a hold of me and let me know. Okay. Yeah. I haven't actually gone and looked at the replays myself, so unfortunately we are trying to do almost semi-professional streaming service with the homebrew setup. So and it could be our internet connection and then the recording's actually that way, or it could be recorded fine and then it's the internet connection between that server and you guys. I don't know. We'll have to do some experimenting. Last night's replay was fine for the Tuesday black belt class for you. Okay, so it might just be a time of day thing with the internet being really busy. at certain times where it desyncs. I don't know. Okay. So we'll see what happens tonight with Mr. Dunn's recording. If his goes through fine, and if not, we'll know. Hello.
Hello.
I was just reminding everyone to like or follow you on YouTube, your YouTube channel.
Oh, is it up? Oh,
well, just to get enough likes so that we can
go live
on it and stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, not this one. It's my Julie NLP one.
Oh, okay, that's the wrong one. Okay, guys. So that link I put up, I mean, you can like it anyway, but that's not the right channel. I'll get the right one. Switch accounts. It's not on there.
Oh, to add account, it's there. You just sign into it.
So while we're doing this, why don't you guys let us know what is new with you? How you guys planning to spend your weekend today? Yeah, I left that off on purpose.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you could do that.
Anything after the question mark is something else. All right, so here's the proper link. So if you guys could hop onto that channel when we're done here and let us, or follow it, that will help out Sensei Julie. That way she can start doing the live meditations that she's doing on her own channel instead of the dojo channel.
So I need 100 subscribers before I can do live, right?
I think it's 100 subscribers. So if all of our AMA fans can subscribe to that one as well, that'd be awesome. And then she can get set up. So Megan's doing gardening, some outdoor bow kata. Awesome. Yeah, take advantage if you've got space in the backyard. Work your bow. You got Kama now as well, right, Miss Mac? So practice some of that.
She's reading the Witcher series. I heard that's a really good series. We watched the series.
It was on Netflix, I think. Mr. Saleh recommended it.
Yeah.
And Stefan's doing homework this weekend. Okay, that sounds like fun. Make sure you take breaks. Do some karate in between.
Sorry.
Okay. What else? What else we got on here? What's Debbie doing this weekend? And I think Bandit was on here.
Is she? Scroll.
I saw Bandit.
There she is.
There. Yeah.
Prana, Bandit. Oh.
You're doing gardening as well? Okay. I was seriously considering opening up the pool at 15 degrees. And right now with the Milton Hydro, they've done a flat rate on electricity. So it's not that daytime usage cost extra thing. Be an awesome time to let the heat pump run to warm up the water.
Is all our equipment working?
Well, that's the problem. I mean, it works. I wanted to take my pump in to get it looked at to see if they can, because it's getting a little noisy and it disturbs. I'm afraid it disturbs the neighbors, but no one's complained. I mean,
it is kind of noisy though.
But I wanted them to look at it, but now everything's closed, so I'm not sure who I can get to look at my pool pump.
Nobody.
But I also wanted to make sure that the the temperatures aren't going to be dropping back down into the below like 11 degrees or so.
Bandeep, you're going through Bokata and Sansaru in your head? Which Bokata? Tenyanokan? Probably.
Is anyone interested in learning the Sai kata? If you have Sai, I'm assuming, or at least doing a review of Sai kata this weekend. I'd have an online class available for that.
Okay. Yes, to the Tenyanokan.
Awesome. Good for you, Bandeep.
Here comes the cat.
Here comes the cat. Gotta say hello.
She has to come back.
Twice. Yeah, go back the other way. Keep going. Let's see your foot in their face. Yeah, and sit on the book.
Come on. Oh boy. I was trying to do yoga this morning and she was chasing my hands and biting my feet, nipping at my feet. Crazy cat.
So what's up with you guys? What's new since yesterday? Anything? How's everyone handling home life? I mean, I know some of you guys are working, so hopefully you guys are able to get outside and enjoy the sun. Once this is done, I think I'm gonna take the dog for a walk.
I'm gonna walk my child. We're gonna walk over to Circle K. Which is Tremaine and Scott.
Get ice cream. There's one more.
Oh well, that's okay. You'll see it again in the future, Bandeep. So katas will stay or go from the brain, depending on how packed your brain is. So.
Yeah, yeah. What was the other one that you learned?
She doesn't know the name.
Oh, you don't know.
She can't remember.
Okay.
That's okay. Your mind has the number it needs, the amount that it needs. Do you mean cat? There's, yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Wherever the attention is, that's where the cat wants to be.
Yeah. Oh, sorry guys, I'm yawning.
Do we have any words of wisdom from the book today?
Well, let's open it up and see what jumps out.
This random page.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do a random page.
Has anyone else picked up the book other than Miss Bauer? We should do like a book club.
No.
No, I meant because we're already halfway through it.
We're really not.
Mr. Dunn says, bring a chair, as usual, for tonight's
you
class.
You sound like a broken record, Mr. Dunn.
Yeah. We'll come up with something else. Megan. That's all right. I'm assuming he's in the background somewhere. Yeah. And your belt or a towel for some stretching. Oh, did you guys see the new My Zone challenge? So they're doing another global challenge for the month of May. So you have another opportunity to win prizes. So the prize structure for this one is a little different. They're doing $100 Amazon cards, gift cards. So 100 people will win $100 worth of Amazon swag. And they've added in a criteria as well. So you have to still get to the 1,300 points, but you also have to attach your workout photo for at least 5 of the workouts that you do. So in order to do that, when your app syncs the workout from at the end of the workout, you know how it asks you if you want to rename it. You can name your workout, and then right after that, it asks you if you want to upload a photo. So you can do it right then, or if you had said no on that one, there's where it shows your tile with your workout summary. There's like a little camera icon. You can click on that and upload a photo after the fact. Now, it did say in the instructions that you should be prompted for an opt-in for that competition. I haven't seen an opt-in message on the app yet, and I have asked them. I know last month they just took everyone that made the 1,300, and we sort of created our own in-house challenge for the leaderboard. So it may be the same thing again. Once I find out how that works, we'll either get prompted for it, or I'll create one for you guys and just invite everyone that's a member. And if you don't have a MyZone yet, or a MyZone heart rate monitor, I do have one MZ1 in stock at the dojo. It's $79 plus tax. And if you're in Milton, I can drop it off right at your door. Or if you want the MZ3, which is the one that I use, because then you don't need to carry your phone around with you. That one, if you use our code for the online one, the club code, it ends up being $129 plus tax. And I think they're doing free shipping right now. So you might want to check that out. I can, you know what, I'll put the link in the chat. So this, okay, type that properly. So the link that I just posted takes you directly to the MyZone shop. So it's not run by us, but they do give our members a discount with the club code, which is built into that link that I gave you. If you just go to their, like, I think it's shops.myzone.org or something like that. Our club code is MAMCA001, and that will take the $70 Canadian off of the normal price. So it ends up working out to $129. So I got it on the screen now. And it looks like that's typed properly. And then here's the club code. So the club code you'll need, so after you receive the belt, when you go to register your belt in the app, it'll ask you for a club ID. This is the club ID, MAMCA001, and it's all capitals. Megan got that. Megan, you've got 2 other karate books on the shelf, then I'll pick up the one you've recommended. Awesome. So what 2 books are you looking at reading? And just for everyone else, while we're waiting for that response, if you're looking for a list of books, if you go to our help desk site and just do a search on recommended reading, there's a page or an article there that lists a bunch of karate books that are all good good suggestions, and they all link to the Amazon site, so you don't have to go searching for them, or you can look them up if you're like in one of those iPhone book. I'm not sure what their app is called, iBooks. I don't have links for those ones, but Book of Five Rings, yeah. Book of Five Rings is interesting because, so this goes for anything that's being translated. So historical books like the Bubishi and Book of Five Rings, you want to make sure that you grab one that was translated by a martial artist or for martial artists, because there's a tendency to, for business people, they translate them with more business concepts in mind, and it can change the interpretation of the kanji and what they mean, because most Japanese kanji have multiple meanings, so context is very important. Same thing with the Art of War. You can get, I mean, there's hundreds of business versions or translations of the Art of War. So if you guys are looking to purchase a copy, make sure you pick up one that was written for martial artists. And I think I have some listed on that recommended reading page that are martial artists versions. So those are the ones that I tend to use. And if you didn't get one of those, that's fine. It's still a great book and you'll get the same understanding, but you just have to be cognizant that of who the book was written for. I find it because it's really funny when you look at historically what samurai thought of business people. It wasn't very flattering. So the fact that the business class uses samurai writings now, it's kind of ironic. You ready?
Capitalism. Yeah. So, so I'm going to read to you guys. This is page 111, which is fantastic because the numerology 111 and combinations of 111 are very important, but that's for a different topic. So I'll just read. There is a practice of haragai, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. The technical foundation of ki is haragai, or belly art. So you must learn it and practice it in everything you do, especially in your martial arts. Whether they be stances, strikes, throws, or holds, the belly must be employed in order to do it properly. It is both physical or belly art and spiritual qualities. So in martial arts, that's typically the energy that flows through us. We're not talking about religion or following any religious way. It's talking about the energy that flows through you. So there's a physical and an energetic quality to it. In Asian culture, though, they believe that a man's soul, so our non-physical self, if you believe there's an aspect of you that is non-physical or energetic, that part of you resides in the lower abdomen, that's known as the lower tanden, at a point about 3 inches below the navel, called the 1 point. I refer to it as just the lower tanden when I'm doing meditations. It says, indeed, there is a certain logic to this line of thought. The soul center resides there in our bodies, and while we relate rational thoughts to our heads, we tend to associate intuition and strong emotion with our guts. We've all felt fear, shock, and grief gnawing in our gut, and what person feel for something he knew but couldn't quite rationally explain. In the Japanese language, the word haragai is in one sense synonymous with intuition. This is a very real quality and applies directly to martial arts. By focusing attention on their abdomens, Adept warriors are better able to tune out conscious thought, thereby freeing their minds to recognize the sensations produced by very subtle physical and emotional changes in their opponents. Actually, there is nothing mystical or supernatural about this skill. It's all advanced extension of the tactical function of reading your opponent. Let's see if there's any more. So its root is Haragai, but in application, it requires you to enter Mushin, which is mind, no mind, or empty mind. Whether or not the soul of a man really lives in the Hara or the lower Tondan, the source of all proper martial arts technique does. As we know, our hips and our hip rotation is critical in our foundation of technique. What's more, the development of the Ki and subsequently Aiki, A-I-K-I, cannot begin until your sense of Hara is strong. So to begin developing your belly art, simply incorporate the next 3 principles in your training. And I'm just going to give you them. Maintain the 1 point, relax completely, keep weight underside. And then it talks about, gets more into that, developing the energy in the Hara and using, sensing your opponent's energy, like physically actually sensing where their energy is, and then inserting your energy at a specific point, and I'm talking about non-physical now, so that your maximum explosive technique can start with energy. So it's an interesting read in that area. That comes after black belt.
Yeah. I mean, it's certainly something you can start practicing.
Yeah.
Right? It's always the attempt.
You have to wrap your mind around the non-physical, whether you feel it exists or not. If you have evidence of it, you have to start wrapping your mind around different, the roots of this philosophy as well, because that can also be a barrier to your understanding of things. Mm-hmm. Martial arts related, anyway. So there you go. It's very interesting. I found it very interesting.
Debbie's back.
Debbie Bauer?
Yeah, she says I'm back.
Hi.
I'm not
I
sure
didn't know you left.
We can't see you guys, so if you leave, we don't know.
She might have said up higher, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know.
I missed it.
So tomorrow we're doing our Zoom chat.
Yeah. So keep your eye open for the link for the Zoom. We do. And we do a different. Actually, I think it's the same link as last time.
Cool.
Possibly. If it's not, I will send it out. I'm going to send out the link either way. So keep your eye open for an email. If you haven't subscribed to our blog posts on amamilton.com, you can do that as well, because we send out emails through that as well. That's where all the fancy emails come from. You're very welcome, Bendy.
Mm-hmm. And when I do my guided healing meditations, I'm working with energy and getting people to understand their energy or the non-physical aspect of themselves. I find it easier to separate the physical and the non-physical first before you bring it into movement like sparring or self-defense. So if you want to learn more about your own energetic nature and it's something that is curious, that you might have an open mind to, you can join us and get more information on those. There's a lot of healing that happens too in your body when you start aligning the energy and the mind and the physical. So it starts there.
Mm-hmm. So we got another minute left. Do you guys have any questions for us before we go? We're not in a huge rush to get off today.
We're not going
other
anywhere.
Than going for a walk.
Yeah. I saw a funny meme on the internet, or you did. It was, I better get up from the bed or I might be late for my couch.
Yeah, Friday's always been the one day of the week that was a little bit more relaxed for us.
Yeah.
But now it's more so.
Now it's like every day, except for when we're teaching.
Yeah.
We're chatting with you guys.
We're trying to deal with CRA.
Oh, it's always fun. I don't even have an update on how that's going for me.
No. Remember how I said I don't like accounting? Unfortunately, the accountant can't help this, so it's
The struggle is
doing
real.
all the math, and trying to figure out profit margins and income and all that stuff from this April, March period versus last year. Or they give you options, right? Or you can compare it to an average of the first 2 months of the year. But if you do it one way, then you can't change it for subsequent months. So you have to sort of predict based on what the future income could possibly be or not.
Could a bookkeeper help
to make
that?
sure?
Can a bookkeeper help with that?
Nope.
If I'm not
I mean, they
curious.
could, I suppose, we wanted to pay them.
Yeah.
But they won't know what our
Yeah.
projected income is either. So it's a guessing game, right? We could open next month. We might not.
Yeah. Fun times.
Trying to figure out what we qualify for to keep some money flowing.
It's not easy.
No, and that's just the business stuff. I know you guys have probably all looked into applying for CERB or whatever that $2,000 a month thing is.
If you're not working.
If you're not working, yeah. Yeah, exactly. You still got 2 classes to teach tonight, though. Don't forget, Mr. Dunn. Yeah, I haven't actually heard a list of which businesses are even starting. I get a summary from the Milton Chamber of Commerce. I'm not even a member with them anymore, but I still get their emails. Don't tell anyone, because this isn't public. And yeah, so it's like they have a plan to have a plan, but it was very vague. So they haven't announced what kinds of businesses even, or if they do allow them, what kind of restrictions will be on them, if any, which I'm sure there's going to be. And then they say some public spaces, but they don't say what kind of public spaces. This is all for phase 1 of reopening. And then for phase 2, it's like we'll allow some more kinds of businesses. Like that's as specific as they get.
CTV website, he's saying, has more info.
Yeah. I'm not sure if they're speculating, because the actual business lobby groups and stuff haven't received information. So
yeah, I heard July is the more realistic target to start. Yeah, but I don't know. That's Milton, the town of Milton. Debbie's referring to the town of Milton won't be going back to regular operations till July.
Yeah.
So they probably have a list.
Yeah, I'll take a look at that. Thank you. I wonder if I can copy and paste it right out of the chat.
That'd be cool.
Nope, I can't.
Oh, that's too bad.
Maybe
can you do it after?
Yeah. In case anyone else, I don't know. That's the link he shared, not his leg.
Did you see martial arts schools on there, Greg? Did you peruse it or no? Any fitness studios?
Yeah, fitness in general, gyms. We would fall under gyms, even though we're educational, but we're not zoned as a school. So we did have our Brampton South, when it was opened, that location was actually zoned as a school, which had its own issues with
the
town regulations and stuff for Brampton.
Yeah.
Not Mississauga South, Brampton South.
I think you said Brampton.
Did I say Brampton?
Yeah. Anyway, we'll take a look.
They closed that location because it was super expensive to maintain because of the zoning.
Yeah. We'll take a look at it.
All right, guys. So didn't look like anyone else had any questions. If there's starting a business that can distance by nature. See, that's vague because we could distance by nature. Right?
Yeah.
It would just be a matter of limiting the number of kids in class to start off with. But without specifics, that's pretty meaningless.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I heard there might even be an application process where you have to apply to open and then show them your plan
Oh, wow.
as to, you know, how you're going to implement social distancing within the business, and then they send
A yes or a no.
police around to check every once in a while to make sure you're actually following the plan.
Wow.
Things like that.
Ooh.
I know Alberta was the they were going to be first in starting everything, so
That's crazy. I can't imagine I mean, school's not scheduled to be back until May 31st. I don't think they're going back this year at all. So, you know, we have to consider children and what the schools are doing as well before we open.
yeah.
On some smaller scale anyway. It'll probably be, when we do reopen, partially at the studio and partially providing video online as we are doing now. It will probably have to have people sign up for in-live training, and then the rest is done online.
In-class training. Yeah.
That's what we anticipate.
Yeah, and we've planned ahead for that. So everyone that's watching, just, you know, we do have a plan for limited reopening, so that we can hit any guidelines that are required. If that means, you know, we can only let 10 kids into class at a time, then we're planning on revamping the schedule temporarily to accommodate for that. And if that means, you know, the kids come to, or you guys come to, one in-person class a week and then follow along with the other classes
We have considered that,
on
Greg.
video.
Camps. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just depends on how many people we can have in a group.
Yeah.
But probably not this summer, realistically. We'll be talking about this probably for next summer, and it'll probably still be restricted.
Yeah, we're back at the beginning of all of this. We had talked about offering even like half-day camps or sort of mini camps as a means to do makeup classes to get your you know, get your time back that we've missed over the last month and a half, whatever it's been.
Yeah.
Things like that, right? So we've definitely taken a lot into consideration, and we're in the works with the directors group as well. And then you know, on top of that, we're trying to see, since we've put so much effort into figuring out how to do online classes, the other thing is, you know, how do we keep that going even after everyone comes back as an additional product or
Service.
supplement or service for existing students, as well as new students that might be out of town. You guys might have, you know, a brother or a sister that lives in Australia, and you've said how great we are, which we appreciate, by the way, and they want to train, but there's no AMA there, right? So we wanted to be able to offer them a way that they can progress at least through the traditional karate portion, which tends to be no contact anyway.
Yeah, non-combat based.
Non-combative. So kata and things like that, basics, and how they could progress through the belts doing it that way, up to a certain extent, right?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, it's not going to be a Goshinjutsu, like a full-on Shodan kind of grading where you have all your self-defenses and
Might be a kata,
things like that, but it could be just a different version.
Very similar to the Kabuto ranking. We get the Kabuto black belt. It's all kata based with some embu sequence, but we don't fight with our weapons.
Yeah.
We don't do a lot of self-defense with the weapons. It's manipulation and understanding of the weapon that achieves the Shodan or the black belt. So it would be a similar system like that. Would not be the same as the system that you're doing live.
Yeah.
But it's very reminiscent of how martial arts used to be, which was traditionally just the kata and the training of the technique.
Yeah.
No self-defense.
As far as the camps go, it's one of the things, right? Whatever limitations we have on classes, they're going to have the same limitations on camps.
Yeah.
So we have to make sure that because we have to consider when we run a camp, there's additional costs involved as well. So we have to make sure that the number of people that join a camp at least covers the cost and the we can pay instructors and all that stuff as well, because it's outside of our regular business hours.
Yeah. So I guess the short answer is yes. We thought that.
Yeah. And
thank you for the
we
suggestion.
continue to think about it.
Yeah. And if you have any
Sure.
other suggestions, that would be great. That goes out to everybody. We're open to lots of suggestions that you may have.
Mm-hmm.
Many
Okay.
minds think better.
All
right.
Try not to interrupt. We're going to sign off. It was great chatting with everyone. Just again, perfect timing. All right, guys.
Bye.